What's going on, fam? In today's video I'm gonna show you how to create a dope tunnel. But before we begin, I just released Motion Boost, which is a pack with 20 text animations and 20 shakes, including turbulent shakes as well. So if you want to hop on the presale price and get 30% off, then just type in shake at the checkout and you will get it. So with that being said, we're gonna get straight into Adobe After Effects. So we're back in the software, so what I'm gonna do is create a new comp. We're gonna change some settings here, 1080 by 1920. I'm gonna rename it to animation, hit enter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is actually create some sort of a shape. I'm gonna pre-compose it and let's call it banner. I'm gonna go into that, and here we're gonna change the comp settings because I want to have it extremely wide and very short. I'm gonna hit OK, and we're gonna delete that shape and do it one more time. So I'm just gonna create something like that. Let's recenter, and here what we want to do is pick some sort of a grayish color. Then I'm also gonna pick something, I don't know, a little bit brighter. Let's hit OK. Already looks pretty cool. And we're just gonna type in the text, which is gonna be editing shift. Let me just bump up the font size. Let's put it in the middle. And what we want to do with this is pre-compose, call it text. We're gonna go into the layer and we're gonna hit Ctrl K. Now we need to change the width, so only the editing shift is visible in the frame. Let's hit OK. Let's go back. And I'm gonna apply motion tile. Okay, and now we need to change the output width, and this is literally perfect. Now we can keyframe position and put it to the very beginning, and then we're just gonna create a movement going towards the right. Alright, now I'm gonna duplicate shape layer 1, and what we need to do is head over to modes, and I'm gonna change track matte to shape layer 2, and that way it's not gonna be visible on the edges. Also, I'm just gonna bump up the output width. Alright, perfect. Now I'm gonna go back, and here we're basically ready to start setting it up. So what we need to do is create a new camera. I'm gonna pick a preset of say 80 millimeters. Let's hit OK. I'm gonna create a new null object, parent the camera to the null, and we need to rename. Let's turn on the 3D and also change the color, and we need to set it up. So in the custom v1, where is it? Here we have our banner, and what I'm gonna do is just put it a little bit lower, just like that, and we're just gonna drag it somewhere here. I'm gonna duplicate it one more time, and let's try to put it evenly. Okay, something like that should do. Then I'm gonna select them all, copy and paste, and we're just gonna drag it even further away. So we again want to make sure that it's kind of set up evenly. All right, perfect. Just as I'm looking at this, I can go back to the camera, and what I'm gonna do is change it to 135. All right, so that way everything seems to be all right. So the next thing we need to do is actually pre-compose everything. I'm gonna call it multiple banners, and we can call it 1. Now I'm gonna rasterize the layer, and I'm gonna duplicate. Now we can duplicate it. I'm gonna turn on the 3D on this one, and with position I'm gonna drag it higher. Then what we're gonna do is duplicate it one more time, and we're gonna hit R. I'm gonna change rotation to 90 degrees, and we want to drag it lower, just like that. Okay, we're kind of trying to find a sweet spot here. We're gonna duplicate it one more time and drag it to the other side, and we want to go to rotation, and I'm gonna set it up to minus 90 degrees. Okay, adjustment. And now if I go to cam control, hit P, create a keyframe for position, and I move forward, we're gonna achieve that nice 3D feel effect. Okay, that's extremely slow, so we need to actually change the quality just in case it's gonna be heavy on your PC. You can basically add less banners, and that will definitely impact your PC performance. So I'm gonna easy use the keyframes, go to the graph editor, and we're just gonna create a peak on the left. And honestly, I would rather have it go backwards. So what we need to do is go to keyframe assistant and time reverse keyframes. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna actually hold shift click R for the cam control, and we're gonna keyframe the rotation, put it here, and we're just gonna play around with this a little bit. I can actually again easy ease the keyframes, go to the graph editor, and we're just gonna go backwards. Okay, we need to definitely make it sharper. I'm just gonna do one more thing, which is getting closer towards the end, and I would extend this probably, and I would probably just go backwards even more. I wouldn't really worry about up and down because we're gonna fix it with vignette. And also I would add more rotation to make it more impactful, even more. Let's see now. Yeah, that's pretty sick. And we should actually add something here. I'm gonna type in editing shift, whatever. All right, we're gonna bump up the size, also turn it into 3D and get it closer to the camera. Gonna fix some settings here like that, probably bump up the scale for this. Also, I'm gonna use a different font, which is gonna be FS's. So here we're gonna have a capital letter, and here as well. I'm gonna change the paragraph to the left one, and let's recenter. Okay, we're gonna put it right here. Actually, you know what? I just came up with a creative way what we could do. Let me just show you. So we're gonna grab that text, move it to the very beginning, keyframe this, hit U for this one, and we're gonna get that text to the very beginning. All right, Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Let's apply the graph, but I'm gonna read the values over here and reapply this to that graph. Ooh, actually, that's giving us such a good illusion. I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of went off the cuff here and it turns out pretty good. That's very nice. All right, now we need to burn our PC. I'm gonna go into multiple banners, hit F4, turn on the motion blur, and now we need to turn on the motion blur here. Okay, that's already really smooth. And let's do something even more creative. I'm gonna go here, click P, keyframe position, move it like that, and say we're gonna be here. And we're gonna try to squeeze everything in, just like that. 100% After Effects is gonna crash, maybe even closer. So it's gonna give us even more illusion. So here we need to tackle Y. And then here we can also turn on the 3D and do it like that. All right, now we're gonna grab all these keyframes, put them here, and we're gonna apply the same graph. Will it make it a lot of difference? It's probably happening too early. Let's easy the keyframes. Probably a bit better. We're gonna have the same graph as in the cam control. Something I would do for the banners is add exposure, and we're just gonna decrease the value over here. -2 should be fine. My PC is having a hard time with this, but it starts to look really freaking sick. Also, the idea is to add depth of field, which is gonna completely scrub my PC. But okay, let's add an adjustment layer on top. I'm gonna add vignette, and we're just gonna play around with the amount so we don't really see these harsh edges. Holy moly, we just came up with something creative today. And then as for this one, we should probably have some sort of an animation. Maybe say smooth combo. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna turn on the motion blur on this. Also, we're gonna go to the camera options, and we want to have depth of field perfectly set up. Jesus, this is so heavy. I'm glad we haven't experienced a crash. I recently bought a new cooler for my CPU and it's been such a game changer. All right, so we're gonna grab the focus distance. Actually, first we need to turn on the depth of field, and we need to grab the focus distance and have it right at the text. So as you can see, that little rectangle over here is making the text in focus. Okay, then we need to definitely keyframe this, go to the very beginning, and I guess we don't really need to do anything. It's hard to tell with poor quality. I'll probably go to the text, and what I'm gonna do is drag that animation a little bit backwards, and let's see now. Yeah, it's a bit better. We definitely need to change the aperture to around, say 20, or maybe even like 30. All right, and now what I want to do is go to cam control. We're gonna take it even further, delete the last keyframes, parent 1 to 2, and we're just gonna go back to the beginning. This is crazy what we're doing here. Probably go a little bit towards the right to have it in the middle, and we're just gonna apply the mid graph. Can my PC stand that? Ooh, damn, that's actually so dope. I already kind of wanna see it in the full quality. I'm gonna go to camera, transform, alt click point of interest, and we're just gonna add a subtle shake, say 1.2, 10. I'll probably go harder than that. Let's say 13 and 1.5. But I kind of want to finish it with something. I'm actually going to create another text. Say visit now. Yes, sir. Let's recenter, bump up the font size, recenter again, turn it into 3D, put it below the adjustment layer. Let me just rename it, and we're just gonna recenter it. And now we need to make sure that our focus distance is in the right place. So for this, we can solo out this layer and look at the difference now. Oof. And we need to find where's this rectangle. So here it is. So actually what we could do is grab that visit. Instead of adjusting the rectangle, we're gonna adjust the text. So we're just gonna scale it down, and let's see. Okay, I'll take that. We're also gonna apply some sort of a text animation from motion boost. Say we're gonna grab maybe something in similar style. Okay, that's perfect, but we need to adjust the timing. Did I just create a dope promo for my page? And this definitely should have deep glow, but we're gonna gradually bump up the intensity. So this is gonna go here, and it's gonna go from 0. And then we also need to bump up the radius. We all wanna see this in the full quality, so let's do it. Let's burn the PC. I'm afraid to hit the spacebar. Oh, wait up. We need motion blur over here as well. That's so freaking sick. All right, I don't really want to overdo it at this point. It's already looking pretty good. So here we have the final animation. I didn't know that we were gonna take it to such an extreme level. Definitely use less banners. So with that being said, make sure to use code SHAKE at the checkout for motion boost. We use text animations from the pack, so you had a little preview. So let's wrap it up here, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.